If you have this or this on your face, this is cystic acne. It's one of the most severe forms of acne, and it usually doesn't go away too easily. But I have finally cracked the code, so I have found a really good routine that will help you get rid of your cystic breakouts really easily. Therefore, grab a pen and a piece of paper because this is how to get rid of your cystic acne in 4 simple steps. This video is not sponsored. I'm not gonna recommend you any $50 cream. I'm just gonna give you the exact strategy and the type of products I have used in over 50 of my patients with cystic acne to help them get rid of their acne and get clear skin. Hello and welcome back to Acne from A to Z. I'm a pharmacist, and on this channel I teach you how to get rid of your acne by fighting its root cause. So if you're interested, make sure to subscribe and also follow me on TikTok and on Instagram for daily videos and tips about acne. And if you truly want to get rid of your acne, don't forget to join my course, the Anti-Acne Formula, and also to check all of the other resources that I have, my free ebook and everything. I'm gonna leave all of them in the description below. Back to this video, here is exactly what we are going to focus on today. For the beginning, we will look at the root causes of your cystic acne and then move on straight to how you should treat it. So we're gonna check the first line treatment, the second line treatment, as well as the skincare routine you should be using in order to clear your skin and get rid of your cysts. So if you're ready, let's get into it. First of all, the fact that you have cystic acne that doesn't go away no matter what you use is a really good indicator itself that the root cause of your acne might be something internal. So this is actually telling us that what is triggering, what is causing your problem is an inside issue that you need to fix in order to get clear skin. Because with cystic acne, if you do not focus on treating the root cause, the inside cause, more often than not, you do not manage to get rid of your breakout. And in my experience, I would say that there are mostly 3 potential triggers, 3 potential problems that lead to cystic acne. They're not the only ones, there are exceptions, but more often than not, if you have cystic acne that doesn't seem to be going away, you most likely have one of these 3 problems in your body. And the first one is hormonal issues. So a lot of people who have cystic acne are actually dealing with a lot of hormonal problems. A lot of times it's a problem in their androgen levels. So they have an increased number of androgens, which are the direct responsible for their breakouts, because hormonal acne is usually caused by high androgens and it is usually cystic. So if you are mostly breaking out on your lower face, if the cysts you have are mostly on your jawline, on your chin, on your neck, and they do not seem to be responding to any skincare routine you try, there are some really high chances that they are caused by hormones. So what you should do in this case is to have your hormones tested. And if you need any help with this, I actually have a free PDF where I recommend you the exact things you should be testing in order to see if your acne really is hormonal or not. It's completely free. It's available in the description, so if you need any help testing your hormones, make sure to check that document. But if your acne turns out to be hormonal, it actually makes a lot of sense because hormonal breakouts are usually cystic and they rarely respond to skincare. Now, the second potential thing that could be causing your cystic acne is gut issues. So if there is a problem in your gut, in your microbiome, usually you have an increased number of bad bacteria versus your good bacteria, and the ratio should be opposite. So in this case, you are going to break out with cysts on your face, most specifically on your cheeks, as well as sometimes even on your forehead. A lot of people tell me that it's pretty hard for them to tell whether they have hormonal or gut acne because they both cause cysts. Well, hormonal acne usually appears in the lower face while gut acne tends to affect the cheeks. But if you need any help identifying the root cause of your acne, I actually have a detailed video that talks about the differences between hormonal and gut acne specifically. So if you're interested, I'm going to link it below, and that video will help you tell if what you have, if the cysts you have are actually caused by hormones or by your gut. And the last potential trigger of your cystic acne is medicines, and this kind of medicine acne usually appears if you have recently started taking a specific medicine and it has acne among its side effects. In my experience, medicine acne can be pretty severe, pretty aggressive, pretty cystic. So if you started taking a medicine pretty recently and you notice that you began to break out shortly after, there are some really high chances that this is the actual trigger behind your acne. But again, medicine acne is a lot more rare compared to hormonal and gut acne, so there are much higher chances that you have one of these first two, especially if you haven't started taking a new treatment, a new medicine recently. Now, once you have a pretty good idea about what could be the cause behind your cystic acne, how exactly do you treat it? And if you follow my channel, you probably know that I always recommend treating your acne from the root cause. So if your acne is hormonal, we're gonna treat it totally different than we would treat an acne that is caused by the gut. So for this reason, we are going to have to take them by turn. So the first case is if you have hormonal acne, if your cystic acne is actually caused by your hormones. And again, I've already told you that you need to test out your hormones and see what exact imbalance you have, because we're not going to treat all forms of hormonal acne in the same way. But for the sake of this video, I will take the most common case, and that is if your hormonal acne is caused by an increased amount of androgen hormones. So if you have an excessive level of androgen hormones that are breaking you out, this is by far the most common situation, and I would say that at least 80% of all cases of cystic hormonal acne are because of high androgens. In this situation, you are going to need a treatment, a product that is going to lower those androgens and bring them back into their normal limits. If you are a woman, you can go for classic treatments like certain forms of birth control or spironolactone. If you are a man, you're not allowed to take this because they have a lot of side effects for men. But another category of products and treatments that work really well for hormonal acne caused by high androgens are supplements that have anti-androgen properties, and those work for both men and women. And I actually have another video that talks about how you should treat hormonal acne. I'm gonna link it below if you're interested, but just to give you some really good examples, you can try things like licorice extract, needleroot extract, pumpkin seed oil, saw palmetto is also a pretty good option. All of these herbs and supplements have anti-androgen benefits and properties, so they are super effective when it comes to decreasing high androgens and bringing them back into their normal limits. So if your cysts are because of high androgens and hormonal issues, this is what you should be trying. The second case is if your cystic acne is because of your gut issues, and in this case I strongly recommend going for a mix of both probiotics and prebiotics together. I know a lot of people recommend probiotics alone, but in my experience the effect is not as good as if you combine them with prebiotics, because what these prebiotics do is that they feed the probiotics. So prebiotics are basically food for the probiotics, for the bacteria, and this is why the final effect is much better if you combine probiotics with prebiotics than if you took probiotics alone. Here you have two different options. You can either go for two separate products, one with probiotics and another one with prebiotics. This is definitely a much easier option because you can find many products that contain those separately. It's pretty hard to find a product that contains both, but at the same time you are going to have to take more pills, so it will be a bit more inconvenient, a bit more hard. On the other hand, the second option you have is to go for a product that contains both probiotics and prebiotics. Like I said, they are usually harder to find, so if you need a specific recommendation, I would swear by YourBiology. It is by far the best probiotic and prebiotic I have ever used for acne. I've been recommending it in a lot of my patients and a lot of people have had really good results with it. It is exclusively available online, so if you're interested, I'm gonna link it in the description. Just pay attention where you buy it from, because I know there are many retailers that are selling fake versions, so the official website is the only one that is selling the original. If you're interested in this supplement, I strongly advise you to get it only from there. It's available in my description if you're interested again. And the third scenario is if your cystic acne is caused by a certain medicine. And obviously, the treatment here is kind of logical. You would have to give up the trigger. And in this case, you would have to see your doctor and ask him to switch your treatment to put you on another similar drug that does the same thing. However, it does not have acne among its side effects. Because even though acne from medicines is pretty rare, it does exist. And if you have this kind of acne, there isn't anything you can do, no matter what I recommend you, whether we're talking about skincare or internal products. None of these things is going to be effective simply because you are not focusing on the root cause of your problem. So what you need to do in this case is to stop the trigger, so to quit using that medicine. Now, I also want to give you a list of several secondary remedies that are basically either home remedies or treatments and products that work additionally. They don't necessarily treat the root cause of your acne, however, they help you clear your skin additionally. So this is why you should always use them in combination with the first-line treatment. And my favorite secondary solution are turmeric and ginger shots, and this is something you heard me recommending a lot on my channel. I personally use turmeric and ginger shots every day and my skin is very clear, and I strongly recommend them to all people who have acne, especially those who have cystic acne that has an inside cause, because turmeric and ginger shots are some really good antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, and they have a lot of benefits for the skin. So whether you have hormonal, gut, or acne caused by medicines, I strongly recommend you to try these turmeric and ginger shots and to drink one small glass every single day, because this can definitely change your skin. The second home remedy that I recommend additionally to your first-line solutions is sea moss, and this is something that works really well if you have gut acne, because sea moss is basically a gel derived from an Irish seafood that is very rich in nutrients and probiotics, so it is going to be super effective when it comes to repairing your gut and rebalancing your microbiome. However, I have seen it work really well in hormonal acne as well, and in all sorts of cystic acne. So you basically want to eat a tablespoon every single morning. You can take it together with the turmeric and ginger shots, and again, this is a lifesaver for those of you who have cystic acne because it helps to clear it up from the inside. There are many different sea moss versions on Amazon, on any retailers, or you can also prepare it at home. I personally would not recommend because I haven't really had a lot of success with the recipe, but I know there are many videos online that can teach you how to do that. So definitely consider sea moss. It is great if you have any kind of cystic acne. I also want to talk a little bit about skincare, and the reason why I have left it until now at the end is because skincare is not super important if your acne is cystic, because like I said, with cystic acne you usually have an inside cause that is triggering it, and for this reason using local products and topical creams and stuff is not gonna make a huge difference, simply because they do not have any impact on the root cause of your acne, which is internal. This is why if you have cystic acne, and if you watch some of my videos, you probably see me not recommending a lot of topical creams, stuff, products, anything, simply because they are not effective. This is what I want you to keep in mind. For this reason, I am going to give you some skincare recommendations, but whether you use them or not, it's not gonna make a huge difference in the way you break out. What the skincare recommendations can help you with is to dry out your pimples faster, but they will not prevent new breakouts if you are not using the first-line treatments that are meant to heal your skin from the inside and treat the root cause of your acne. Now, depending on your skin type and on the amount of sebum you have, I would recommend exfoliating something like once or twice a week. You can either use a classic exfoliator like BHA, AHA, or you can go for a more gentle one like an enzymatic exfoliator. A clay mask is also a more gentle option. Now, what this exfoliation does is that it cleanses your skin, it takes away your sebum, and it prevents that skin bacteria proliferation that could break you out further on. Again, exfoliation is not a must, especially if your skin is on the drier side. I personally rarely exfoliate simply because my skin is pretty dry. So in this case, exfoliating can make you more harm than good because it can dry out your skin and even break your skin barrier, which is definitely something you do not want. So this is why you need to take this exfoliation advice with a grain of salt and mostly exfoliate if you have an oilier skin type and an increased production of sebum. If your skin is on the drier side, sure, you can exfoliate, but maybe something like once every 2 weeks, not more often if it's not the case. Another thing, I would really recommend you to dry out your pimples faster or spot treatments, and I'm mostly recommending you products based on azelaic acid. Just make sure to use it only on your pimples, not all over your face, because this can really break your skin barrier and damage your skin even further. But azelaic acid is great when it comes to decreasing your inflammation and also drying out your pimples faster. Like I said, it's not gonna make miracles if you're not treating your acne from the inside, but you can definitely use it additionally as a spot treatment. At the same time, retinoids are also a pretty good option for this, but I usually recommend them if you have a doctor's prescription, because in a lot of countries, retinoids are only given with a doctor's prescription. So this is why, in my opinion, azelaic acid is a much more gentle version, because it pretty much does the same thing. It helps dry out your pimples, and in your case, if you have cystic acne, you definitely do not need anything more, because what you need to focus on is treating your acne from the inside. So azelaic acid is a really good option. If you can go for a retinoid, it's great, but if not, azelaic acid products are a good option themselves. Let me know if you have any other ingredients recommendations or product suggestions. I am really looking forward to hear your answer and to hear what exactly you have used in order to get clear skin and clear your cystic acne from the inside. But like I said, if you have cysts that do not go away, put your focus onto treating your acne from the inside, on finding its root cause and then treating that specifically. Because trust me, if your acne did not respond to any skincare product you have used so far, it is because it has a root cause deep inside your body. And this is what you need to focus on if you want to get rid of your breakouts. I really hope this video helped you understand why you have cystic acne and how exactly you should get rid of it. And until next time, I wish you to stay acne